everyone, and welcome to Make It Happen Wednesdays with the Organized Author. I'm Lucinda, and in today's video we're going to talk about tools for doodling in your bullet journal, and this is part one. And so I'm going to start off by showing you guys what I keep on my desk to have available all the time. So let's do that. Okay, so this is a little Lazy Susan. Let me adjust it, make sure you guys can see that really well. So this is a Lazy Susan that I made, and this is just two of those Dollar Tree pans, those metal round Dollar Tree baking pans. I got two of those, and there are just, what do you call them? Marbles in the middle. So here, I'll lift this so you can see. See, it's just a bunch of marbles. And that just made it into a Lazy Susan. I did not come up with that idea. I've seen it in different videos. I think the first time I saw it was in Alejandra TV. She's a YouTuber. And so anyway, I have tons of these DIY Lazy Susans around my house. But this one sits on my desk now. And so these little round tubes, let me make sure you can see that. So these round tubes are just toilet paper tubes that I painted. I painted them blue and green, and let me turn so you can see it a little bit better. There you go. They're just I painted. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It looks like I have 7 of those. So I painted those, and then I use this tacky stuff, which I'll show you. This little tacky stuff that I got from Dollar Tree to hold down these toilet paper tubes onto the Lazy Susan. That way, if I ever want to change the number of tubes that are on here, I can do so without having to scrape a bunch of glue. That's pretty easy to come off the tacky stuff. It's really used for putting stuff on the wall, or for, to mount things on the wall where you don't use nails, or to secure lining and drawers, stuff like that. So anyway, so I have those on here, and then this big can used to be a soup can, and I just covered it with blue tape. I'm sorry, with blue paper and white paper with tape. That's all that is. And so I just fit that in here for the Lazy Susan. So I'll go through what's in here so you guys can see. So of course you can see at the top, or you can see here, I've got a bunch of different color pencils, which we're going to talk about today, and I've got a bunch of Pilot G2 pens, which are my favorite, of course. I've got some tape here, a ruler, and some scissors. I'm sorry, let me go around the bottom. So here I've got a couple of different types of erasers, which we're going to go over. I've got some, in here I've got some sketch pencils, and then I've got some dual tip markers, Artist Loft from Michaels, and scissors, and a simple ruler. Okay, so now let's go over some comparison of these tools, and let's do that next. Okay, now here's a question you may have considered. Is there really a difference between an artist pencil and just a regular mechanical or number 2 pencil for sketching for your bullet journal? I mean, of course, a lot of us aren't, or a lot of people who bullet journal aren't trying to necessarily have any perfect thing, but is there a benefit in spending a little bit more money? So I wanted to kind of do that comparison. This is an Artist Loft 2B pencil, and if you want to look there online, you can look. There's charts that explain the difference between all of the different levels of pencils and the standards. This is kind of probably one of the little bit cheaper line of drawing pencils, but this came from Artist Loft, and there were 12 in a package for $4.99, and of course I used a 40% off coupon, so it was 40% off of that. All right, so I did not spend very much money for it for 12 pencils. So, and then of course, these come in a pack. You can get them at back to school time for probably $1.99, $1.49, probably not much more than $2, okay? But you get maybe 10 in a package. All right, so let's just sketch just a couple of things and see what the difference is. right, let's see if we see a difference that's worth changing how we spend our money. Pretty much looks the same, doesn't it? But I will tell you that this pencil felt 1,000 times better. It was just more comfortable in my hand. The way that it felt with the pressure just felt like I could draw very easily. One, I didn't have to worry about the lead breaking. It just felt good. I mean, I'll keep doing this and not use these little pencils like I had there anymore. All right, so there's a little pencil comparison. Okay, now let's look at some erasers. Let's see if there's a difference in what we use for our erasers. So I'm going to compare this Staedtler eraser and this Pentel. Okay, so these are both artist erasers. Okay, now with these erasers, let's look at the prices. This one, the Staedtler, was $2.19 at Hobby Lobby before the 40% off, because of course I use the 40% off coupon always. So that was the price for that one. And then the Pentel, I got, there's not a sticker on this one, but I got it from Target, and it was just $2.52 for a package of 4 and an eraser holder. I tried to use that, but I just can't seem to hold on to it. I'm not used to grabbing something harder like that to hold on to the eraser when I can hold on to it just fine, like this. So 4 of these, and these are both made, let's see, they're made of a white vinyl. It's a white vinyl. So right here, I don't know if you can see, it's a white vinyl. And I believe this one is made of the same. This one just says that it is high quality latex free eraser. Okay. And so let's see if there's a difference on how they work. This is the Staedtler eraser. Oops, sorry, I hit my camera. All right, so let's see. You can kind of see it erase that big completely. Not completely on the drawing pencil, but I wrote pretty hard. So let me see if I just need to erase it just a little bit more. I think that's about as good as it's going to get. Get it up closer, and you can still kind of see the pencil there. Okay, so let's try this Pentel high polymer. Oh, this one's made out of polymer. So let's see if this one does any different. All right, let's see. Okay, so well, I would say maybe it's either about the same or this one erased a little bit better. Yeah, maybe this one might be a little bit better. Okay. So, and of course, it's going to depend upon how much pressure you put on for what you were doing. It's kind of hard to measure that, but I would say that they're both just as good. You could get either one if you're trying to be very budget conscious. You only get one of these for $2.19. I got 4 of these for $2.52. Okay. All right. So now let's go on to the color pencils. Okay, actually, before we go over the color pencils, there's another type of eraser I wanted to tell you about, and I haven't used this kind since I was in junior high, maybe, in art class. And it is called a kneaded eraser, and this one is the Faber-Castell. So I tried to show you guys some different brand names so you can kind of do a comparison. I didn't buy another type of kneaded eraser, but they kind of look like the same thing. So, but anyway, this was just $2.99 and then 40% off at Hobby Lobby. There comes 2 in a package. Now I can compare the price because some of them they were all at least $1.99 and with 1 in a package. But this one, I think, would have been more material than one of the larger ones in another package. Okay, and so I took one out to keep in my little Lazy Susan. Now I haven't used it. I'm going to use it for the first time here with you guys. I mean, like, I just haven't used it eraser like this in a long time, but it's needed because it's called needed because you can change the shape of it. It's like clay. Look at that. And so the purpose is like if you have a little corner that you want to get, you can shape this eraser to get exactly what you want to erase and not erase the rest of it, you know, or to just lighten something that's dark on the page. So let's just kind of do that a little bit. Kind of smudge it, you know. But yeah, you can change the shape and erase with it. I don't think it's designed, well, I don't know. I was going to say I'm not sure if it's designed, I can't remember, to completely erase, but it's definitely good for smudging and for shaping, okay? And then you can just reshape it, and it'll last a really long time. Let me know if you guys remember ever using any kind of eraser like this in art class or art school. It smells funny to me. That's like clay and smells like clay. Okay, now let's go on to the color pencils. Okay, so I'm going to go back and finish this this pumpkin. I'm just going to use this same pencil, and oh, that's kind of a lopsided pumpkin, but pumpkins aren't perfect, just like we aren't perfect. So we're just going to have some weird shaped pumpkins. I think I'll just put a really kind of tall, skinny one in here too. And then we're going to do some coloring. And I have two different stores of color pencils. I have some that I spent very little money on, and then I have some that I just recently spent a lot more money on, just so that I could do some comparison with you guys and see if that's something that I should spend more money on in the future when I sketch out my ideas and do art for you guys and for my Etsy shop and things like that. So the one set is a complete set that I got of Staedtler color pencils. So those are all the ones that you saw here in my little Lazy Susan. So these are all Staedtler color pencils, and they're, you know, they're a bit pricey, but not as bad. I mean, not as high as some of the other ones, like Prisma is quite a bit more. But these were $19.99 for 48, and these are regular color pencils, not sorry, hit my camera, not watercolor, but there are 48 of them. And the thing that I definitely know, because I started using these, that I like about them is the shape of the pencil. So see, if you can see there, it's not round. I don't know if you can tell that it's flat on each side. It's like a triangle, and so each side of it is flat. It's not round. Oh, there you can tell right there. Okay, so you don't ever have to worry about it rolling off the table or falling somewhere, and the grip is just very, very, very comfortable. So that's those, and it comes in, this one's in 48 colors. Of course, you can buy it with more colors or fewer colors, but I'm gonna let's color a orange pumpkin and compare that with a different set we're gonna go over. So let's just do a little bit of coloring. Just a little bit of coloring, some light and a little bit of dark. I mean, it doesn't look or really feel like it's any different than some of my cheaper colored pencils, but I'm going to do an orange for my next set, which I'll show you where those come from. So these are all of my color pencils that I've had for a while, and I got them either from the Crazy Art brand at Walmart, or the Scholastic brand, or, you know, I just picked them up somewhere, I don't even know where. The watercolor ones definitely. And so I have tons of those, and I keep them in this, let me move this out the way, for whenever I go somewhere. So I bought this I bought this canvas carrier. Now you can find these just about any art place, and I've definitely seen them at Hobby Lobby, and they were close to $40. But this one I got from the Wish app, and I'll put the information about the Wish app below. It's just an app you can put on your phone. All of the things that you buy come from Asia. I'm really happy with this one. It holds a ton of color pencils. And so, like I said, these are either Crazy Art or Scholastic or a watercolor brand that I don't know what it is. Let me see. Oh, it says it is Alex. That's the watercolor ones. And I've used those on paper. I haven't used them with water yet. I hadn't even thought about it in a long time. Okay, so I'm going to use some Crazy Art. I'm going to use a Crazy Art orange. And then let's see if I have a Scholastic orange. Yes. Scholastic orange on the other one, and see if it looks any different. Well, I think I need to sharpen these first. So let's get my sharpener wasn't even over there. I need to put it on that. So let's sharpen this a little bit first. Now, in terms of sharpeners, I think you can probably use any sharpener. It'll be just fine. But sometimes I'm just not happy with the sharpener. And this is a makeup sharpener from the e.l.f. brand. And I really like it. I like that it's got two different sides. And that it can hold stuff and I just dump it in the trash. It just works well for me. Alright, let's look at that. Now, of course, these aren't the exact same colors. But when you look at that, do you think, wow, one looks so much better than the other? Or is it like, yeah, she just watercolored? I just don't think there's that much of a difference. I really don't. In terms of the feel, definitely the Staedtler color pencil felt better in my hand. It was just more comfortable to work with. But in terms of it feeling like I didn't have to color as hard to get the intensity that I wanted, I actually felt better with the Scholastic in that regard. But and then this one, it was good too. I mean, it was easier. The Crazy Art was easier to get it darker as well. But I think that because all of the color pencils in the industry none of them are the exact same shade, and you kind of got to get tons to get all of the different shades that you want and maybe the different levels of intensity. I think it's, if you're really trying to go all out, I think it doesn't hurt to have, a little bit of all of it so you can get what you want. But I'm really happy with what I have, and I hope that was helpful for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this other pumpkin, and I'm just going to use a little bit of color from different color pencils.